Hey there, lovely souls. Welcome to my channel, MagnetizeOfficial. If you're new here, I'm so excited to have you join us. And to our returning spiritual family, welcome back. It's always wonderful to have you home. Today, I'm tuning into a message that feels incredibly specific, like it's meant for someone out there who needs to hear this right now. I'm flowing with the energy today, so you'll notice fewer cards in this reading. Something profound is coming through, and I'm eager to follow where it leads. I'd love to know how this more freestyle approach resonates with you, so feel free to share your thoughts in the comments. Just a quick heads up, when I mention him or her, I'm referring to the energy, whether divine masculine or divine feminine, so take it in a way that resonates with your situation. I'm really looking forward to exploring this with you, so let's dive in and see what the universe has in store. This message is intriguing because it feels like you've been closely watched by the energies surrounding you, and they've noticed the incredible work you've been doing. You've been digging deep, really trying to understand a situation that's been heavy on your heart. This seems to be connected to a relationship that's been challenging you to grow and evolve. The guidance coming through is a gentle nudge to keep trusting the process and to know that you're supported every step of the way. One thing I want to emphasize, this message isn't about giving you all the details or pointing you towards specific outcomes. Instead, it's about acknowledging the amazing work you're already doing in processing everything that's been happening. The energy around you is offering a fresh perspective, helping you dive deeper and gain clarity more quickly. It's like you're being given a new lens to see things more clearly, making it easier to untangle the complexities of this situation. Exciting news! We're thrilled to announce that channel membership is now available. By joining, you'll get exclusive perks, behind-the-scenes content, and special access to our community. It's a fantastic way to support the channel and get even more out of your experience with us. Click the Join button to explore the membership options and see what exciting benefits await you. We can't wait to welcome you to our growing family and share more amazing content together. As this situation unfolds, there's a strong focus on a divine masculine who plays a key role in your journey. The energies are encouraging you to take a closer look and understand his part in your path. For many of you, this message is about a divine masculine you're connected with in a relationship. You're trying to figure him out, to understand what's really happening beneath the surface. It might feel like he's left you puzzled, maybe even a bit lost as you try to make sense of him. For some of you, you might actually be the man at the center of this energy. Either way, listen to how this resonates with your situation. There's a sense of confusion here, whether you're trying to understand him or he's struggling with his own contradictions. It's like his actions, feelings, and words aren't lining up, leaving things feeling out of sync and uncertain. If you're in a relationship with this divine masculine, you might be questioning why it seemed like he genuinely cared for you, yet his actions have left you feeling confused and hurt. You're wondering who he really is to you, or who he's meant to be in your life. It's as if you can't quite grasp his essence, not even a little. The truth is, I sense he's just as lost in understanding himself in this situation. There's a deep uncertainty both within him and in how you perceive him, creating this confusing energy between you. The energies are guiding you to gain a deeper understanding of this divine masculine by observing his actions and behavior through the lens of a familiar dynamic. Let's call it the idealization confusion complex. While I can't name the exact term, I trust you'll recognize what I'm referring to, as it's very present in this divine masculine's energy. This is a tough conversation to have directly, and honestly, it's something he needs to realize on his own. The words that would define this complex have very specific meanings, and because of that, he might not see himself in them just yet. This divine masculine sees himself in a particular light, likely tied to his personality and how he presents himself to the world. But beneath that, there's another layer, a way of being that he's been subtly conditioned into, even if he isn't fully aware of it. The way this divine masculine has been drawn into this idealization-confusion complex feels like it happened through a hidden, almost insidious route. It's as if it's woven into something larger that he's already been conditioned by, whether it's culture, tradition, or religion. As I tune into the energies, if you'd like to channel a specific message from today's reading, I would like to tell you that you must listen to the video till the end. By liking, sharing, and subscribing, you help me understand my energy better, which allows me to provide more personalized information to you. This isn't something obvious or easily recognizable. It's more like an undercurrent, something that seeped in quietly, almost without notice. If I were to talk to him directly about this, I sense that using certain terms might cause him to shut down, to stop processing, because these words carry a lot of weight and preconceived notions. He thinks he knows what they mean, and they come with a lot of emotional and cultural baggage, making it hard for him to stay open. This complex seems tied to a patriarchal perspective where the divine masculine's goals and viewpoints are prioritized, while the feminine energy is pushed to the side, almost sidelined. But it's not done overtly, and certainly not with any conscious intention to harm. He would never consciously agree to something like misogyny. Instead, it's as if these ideas were subtly slipped in, almost like a side effect of him fully embracing something else without questioning it. And deep down, you might already have an inkling of what that is. With this divine masculine, I sense that this hurdle isn't something you'll easily overcome through conversation alone. This issue isn't one that can be resolved with words. The deeper message coming through is that unraveling this, especially his understanding of women, is a central part of his karma in this lifetime. It's about breaking through old patterns and beliefs that have been ingrained in him, particularly when it comes to women. He doesn't truly understand women. His perspective is quite limited. Yet he believes he has a solid grasp on women, that he interacts well with them, and that he understands and appreciates them. But this is where we need to dig deeper. It's not that he's a terrible person or entirely misguided, but it's important to unpack what he actually means by these things. We all use words that carry different meanings, depending on our experiences and perceptions. So, while he might say he understands or likes women, what he means by those words could be very different from what you or others might interpret. This is where the real work lies, in peeling back the layers and understanding what's truly at the core of his beliefs and actions. I often like to use the concept of partnership as an example, since it's something we all think about, but everyone has their own unique take on it. When you talk about partnership with someone, it's important to ask, what does that really mean to you? For some, it's about companionship or shared goals, while for others, it's a sacred journey of growth and union. So when we use words like partnership, we need to understand what those words truly signify for each of us. When this divine masculine believes he's good with women, that he understands them and treats them well, what he's really saying might be something quite different. If you were to dig deeper and try to define it, you'd likely encounter resistance. The truth is, what he's skilled at might be more about using his interactions with women to get what he wants, rather than genuinely appreciating or understanding them. It's a very different thing. You don't need a deep, authentic connection to take advantage of something, and that's the core of what's happening here. The real question is, what does he actually mean when he talks about his relationship with women? that's where the true insight lies. It's like a character who marvels at a planet's beauty and resources, but their admiration is shallow. For example, consider the Colonel from Avatar. He talks about how amazing Pandora is, but in reality, his admiration is all about what he can extract from it. He doesn't truly love Pandora. He loves the power and profit he can gain from exploiting it. He might say, "This world is magnificent," but his actions are driven by destruction and control. He's not interested in understanding the avatars or their sacred connection to their environment. He's only interested in what Pandora can offer him materially. These are two entirely different perspectives. You don't need a deep connection or understanding to exploit something effectively. And I sense that this divine masculine operates in a similar way. He's skilled at getting what he wants, but that doesn't mean he truly values or understands what he's dealing with. When I say he's good at getting what he wants from women, I'm not just talking about the usual tricks. He knows how to make women laugh when he wants them to, and how to shape their perception of him to fit the image he wants to project. He's skilled at this kind of manipulation, but that's a far cry from truly understanding women. His view remains quite limited, almost superficial, and he tends to place women into neat categories rather than seeing them as complex individuals. It's a real shame because every person is like a universe unto themselves. Each individual has unique qualities and characteristics that make them who they are. This uniqueness is what makes intimate relationships so special and enriches our lives in profound ways. However, we can only form truly deep and intimate connections with a few people because we don't have an endless supply of energy to be completely open and vulnerable with everyone we meet. He's been subtly guided to change his approach with women. This involves his knack for manipulating situations to get what he wants, whether that's shaping how a woman perceives him, hiding certain aspects of himself, or framing his behavior to fit his own narrative. He's adept at steering these interactions, but this method lacks depth and authenticity. It often means putting women into simplified categories rather than recognizing their full complexity. This tendency to box women into specific roles often ties back to a familiar dynamic where he sees them in limited, narrow ways rather than embracing their complete, nuanced selves. I'm receiving a message with crystal clear clarity now. It's like when someone suddenly shifts their perspective and realizes, "I thought I knew you, but there's so much more to you than I ever saw." That's where you are right now. There's a sense of karmic lessons at play, like navigating a dense forest where every step counts. Some paths are clear, while others are tangled and hidden. Now, I'm going to shuffle the tarot deck to delve deeper into these central figures in the divine masculine's life. We're not just looking at supporting roles. We're focusing on the main players who hold the most influence and where the most significant lessons are set to unfold. Let's see what the cards reveal about these powerful connections and the energies surrounding them. All right, we've drawn the Queen of Wands, and this card immediately signals a powerful, vibrant energy that fits perfectly with what I'm sensing. This ties directly into the karmic lesson here. One of the key figures in the divine masculine's life is what I'd describe as the Empress. She's the one who holds a commanding presence, soulmate, twin flame, the whole package. The connection between them is real, with genuine love and undeniable chemistry. Her heart is fully invested in this relationship. However, there's an interesting twist. I'm picking up on another figure in the mix, someone who creates a triangle of energies. This rival presents herself in a way that seems almost identical on the surface. Let me shuffle the deck again, and we've pulled the Seven of Swords. This card is spot on with the energy we're picking up. The Seven of Swords is all about deception, trickery, and hidden agendas. It's like that scene from Snow White where the evil queen disguises herself to seem harmless while she's anything but. This rival, similar to a false twin or dark empath, uses these tactics. They might look similar to the genuine connection at first glance, but it's all an illusion. The Seven of Swords is a clear warning that their intentions are not as they appear. There's no real emotion behind their actions, just a carefully crafted facade designed to manipulate and deceive. This card highlights the importance of staying cautious and discerning the true nature of this person. Let's explore the energy around this Empress figure, because this soulmate connection is truly transformative. It's set to challenge and completely shake up how the divine masculine views women. I'm sensing that she's going to defy every narrow box he's tried to fit women into. She won't conform to his old, limited perceptions, and that's going to be a real wake-up call for him. It's like he's going to have to face the fact that he's been seeing women in a very shallow, one-dimensional way. Whether she embodies traditional nurturing qualities or breaks away from those expectations, we'll need to tune into her true essence. If she aligns with his ideal, sharing values or a common background, that's genuine. But there's a catch. She's not just one thing. She's someone who embraces all facets of herself, who's bold and unafraid to own her desires. This might throw him off balance. He could find himself wondering, if you're this perfect partner, why do you also express yourself so differently? This could lead him to panic and try to force her into a more comfortable category because he's struggling to handle the full scope of who she is. He might not yet be ready to accept a woman who refuses to be defined by just one aspect of her being, who lives beyond his narrow view. She's looking for a true partner who can meet her where she's at. Her heart is deeply invested in this connection, but she's holding back, waiting to see if he's worthy of her trust and truly understands the precious gift she offers. She's like a delicate treasure, needing to know he values and appreciates her in all her complexity. There's a whole dynamic at play here, a mindset that's deeply ingrained in him. He might have tried to box her in, to fit her into a role that matches his limited view of women. Maybe he's even played games, trying to force her into a category that doesn't truly fit her. This way of thinking is deeply tied to how he perceives womanhood in general. He might see all women through a particular lens, struggling to look beyond it. If you were to approach him about this directly, you'd need to be careful. His beliefs are firmly entrenched, almost like a shield. He might dismiss your concerns with phrases like, "That's just how it is," or "That's just the way things are." His categories are fixed, making it tough to challenge his views. But it's not that he thinks all women are the same. He's aware of their differences and knows how to use that knowledge to his advantage. The issue is deeper. He sees women through a lens that doesn't capture their full complexity, missing out on their true nature. That's where the real challenge lies. Now, let's turn to the energy of this darker figure, whether you call her a false twin or something else. This person has, in a twisted way, outplayed him at his own game. It's like she's better, or at least more cunning, at the manipulation game. There's no real emotion from her toward him, but will she let him see that? Definitely not. She's a master at creating an illusion that makes him believe her heart is fully invested. The deception is so convincing that he's left questioning nothing. She mirrors the Empress in her ability to defy categorization, but her motives are much darker. She's adeptly pulling him into her web with calculated precision, using her defiance of these categories to play into his deep-seated patriarchal views. It's as if she's enacting a twisted version of what society expects from women, being the nurturer, the seductress, the pillar of strength, all while making him feel like he's the center of her universe. This performance feeds his ego, presenting an idealized version of herself that strokes his self-image while masking the lack of genuine connection or warmth. She's not a true partner. She's a reflection of the very system that perpetuates their cycle of exploitation and illusion. And then, the Devil card makes an appearance, perfectly capturing this energy. This false empath knows exactly how to play the game. She's fully aware that her survival depends on perfecting this role. She might appear as the real woman he desires, but in reality, she's indifferent to him. This energy is all about manipulation and exploitation, traits that align with the dark triad: narcissism, Machiavellianism, and psychopathy. Now, I'm not here to label or diagnose anyone. That's not our goal. What we're seeing here are traits that hint at these darker aspects, far removed from genuine kindness or care. The Devil card really drives this home. It symbolizes temptation, manipulation, and being stuck in unhealthy patterns. This person is operating from a place of deep shadow, and it's crucial to see that for what it is. Next, we have the Justice card, which is spot on for this situation. If he takes a moment to reflect, he'll likely come to realize that wasn't genuine. She's holding up a mirror, showing him some hard truths about the disconnect between her actions and her claimed values. Looking back, he'll see that her words and actions never quite aligned, a major red flag that can't be ignored. And then we pull the 10 of Swords, which resonates deeply here. This card signifies a painful ending, but also hints at the possibility of a fresh start after hitting rock bottom. The situation with this person has been a major obstacle, like a blockage in a pipe that's supposed to flow freely. It's been choking off the possibility of experiencing healthy, fulfilling relationships and achieving the life he truly wants, including connecting with the woman of his dreams. Here's the scoop. The karmic lessons in his life are unfolding right before him. He was always meant to meet women who would push him to rethink his narrow views and defy the categories he's tried to place them in. Some of these encounters might be uplifting and heart-opening, while others might be jarring, shaking up his world and making him rethink opportunities or even miss them. When we look at the two major figures in his life, the genuine soulmate who truly loves him and the darker figure who's a karmic lesson in disguise, it's clear that the same lesson is being presented. He's being nudged to expand his worldview, move beyond his limited perspective, and learn respect. But here's the twist. I sense he might mix things up. He could end up putting the karmic figure, who's indifferent to him, on a pedestal, while misjudging and pushing away the true soulmate who genuinely cares for him. He might project his own unresolved issues onto her, completely flipping the script. This man is still on a journey to truly understand his own heart. Until he does, he risks confusing what's real with what's merely a reflection of his fears and insecurities. I'm picking up that if he becomes involved with this darker figure, he's going to face a tough lesson. He might have a moment of clarity, realizing, wow, it was actually suspicious how you let me get away with everything. They might even have an unspoken arrangement where he can act however he pleases, but it's not because she cares. In fact, she's indifferent to him. Her heart isn't invested at all, and it doesn't bother her what he does because she simply doesn't care. He's going to have to completely rethink everything he believed about love. What he mistook for affection is actually just her indifference. She might even look down on him, viewing his perceived weakness as a justification for her mistreatment. She could see men as easy targets for exploitation, taking advantage of them because they're supposedly incapable of controlling themselves. He might not realize it until it's too late, but the dynamic here is starkly different. There's no genuine connection, just a cold, calculated agenda. You might be feeling diminished around this divine masculine, sensing that he's trying to fit you into specific roles or categories. It's possible that both of you have been shaped by outdated patterns and conditioning that restrict your true selves. But the universe is stepping in to ensure that both of you are on the right path. It's no longer acceptable for him to progress if it means you're being held back. He needs to step up and truly partner with you, or you're going to find more fulfilling connections with people who appreciate and respect your full, complex self. If he's been unkind, made you feel undervalued, or forced you into roles that don't fit, he's likely starting to realize his mistakes. He's beginning to see that he wasn't seeing you, or perhaps this other person, clearly. This realization is just beginning for him. But it's not your job to monitor his process or tiptoe around his feelings. The universe doesn't want you entangled in such dynamics. He needs to sort this out on his own and evolve into a true partner who respects and values you and who strives to be a conscious and fully functioning individual. If this video resonated with you and you crave more, interact with the content. Like, comment, and subscribe to my channel, MagnetizeOfficial. Share these words with anyone who might find comfort and inspiration.